You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil, Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.
You got mail.
Hey y'all, Editor Elise here, popping in right up top to let you know that we had some mic issues with Millie's mic in particular this week. Our wonderful producer, Katie, was able to salvage the audio with some behind-the-scenes magic and background audio stuff, and we did the best we could, but there are going to be some moments where she sounds maybe like a little far away or it's just a little bit off. We felt like the episode was still in good enough shape and was such a fun conversation that we wouldn't want to lose it and not bring you something new this week. So apologies for the wonky sound quality, but also I'm not sorry because the episode's still really good and we did our best.
Hi, I'm Millie Tamaris.
And I'm Elise Morales.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Elise and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer dramas so that you can literally do anything else with your time.
Anything else. And if you like what you hear today and you want to hear more, we have a Go Touch Grass Patreon with a ton more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. This week's Patreon will be about All the Young Dudes, which is a very, very important piece of fan fiction. And that's all I'm going to say, because we haven't recorded it yet, and I want Millie to be surprised.
But I was out with my friends, and I get a text that just says, there's insane levels of fujoshi happening here.
I think that we could approach a level of fujoshi that I don't know if society can hold the levels that could be upon us with the news coming out of the fan fiction community right now, and that's all I'll say.
And if you don't know what fujoshi is, if you don't know what
that's on the Patreon.
Any of that, subscribe to our Patreon because we will get into horny women that like gay stuff.
That's where we talk about that on the Patreon.
It's paywalled, baby. But you know what's not paywalled? Our YouTube. Check out our YouTube where we have full video episodes up every week with extra moments you don't get at the audio. Please be sure to check out our website, GoTouchGrassPodcast.com, for all things Grass Nation.
Yes.
We will have episodes out this week.
And we also will have merch.
Yes.
We have the merch. We physically have the merch. We just need to update our website to sell it to you. But when the website is updated, you will be able to buy merch. We have tote bags for $16, pins for $6, or you can get the Go Touch Grass bundle for $20.
And you know, and this is to someone who's like ever worried about pursuing their dreams and be like, I want to do comedy. It's like, you can be a comedian, but you also have to know shipping, product management, website coding, marketing, and everything else.
And then you can sell tote bags.
And then you can sell tote bags on the website for a good deal.
For a great deal.
For a great deal. Speaking of a great deal, today in studio, that is my apartment, we have with us comedian, television writer, podcast producer. He's written for the 2026 WGA East Awards, hosted by Roy Wood Jr., The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Nickelodeon's 2019 All That Revival. He created the Comedy Central web series Maurice on Mars and the scripted audio series Judge Travis. and founded the important comedy publication Letters from an African American. Everybody, let's give a Go Touch Grass welcome to Tim Bond.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Wow. What a resume.
Oh, thank you.
What a resume.
I wasn't sure when you were going to introduce me, so I think you should just have a podcast where you two go back and forth and there's just a guy silently sitting in the middle.
Waiting for you to come in and be like, he was born in.
You know what? First of all, I have a gripe and I complain about it often. It was like very public that I said, I hate podcasts where like the two hosts go on for 40 minutes before introducing. That wasn't tight.
That was good. That was good.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah. But you know, the problem is they never say like, oh, it's okay if you kind of chime in. So I always feel like I accidentally chime in because the flow is so good. You know?
Sometimes they're talking about something and they're completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I want to come in and be like, okay, I'm not introducing it. So I'm just like,
it's tough when there's a ton of conversation before you're introduced.
Yeah.
We have like our clear intro where we're doing like housekeeping related stuff.
What are you going to fucking chime in about our YouTube channel?
I don't know, but I do like the whole shipping thing. Like I wanted to figure out merch, but I don't know how do you actually do it?
It's a pain in the ass.
Do you just log into Shopify and that's it?
Exactly.
Or is there...
You have to build a Shopify now. You have to code it to you have to get the HTML code to put into your fucking Squarespace.
And then how does it actually get delivered?
See, and that's
yeah, that's something that I'm not even ready to approach because I think that what has to happen is I'm gonna have to go to the post office.
Or we have to schedule something. So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
You want to have a podcast?
You want to have a podcast? Get ready to be at the post office.
Get ready. You know what it is that me and Elise got? We did complicated taxes.
We did. We did complicated taxes
just for the business.
Yeah. Okay, Tim, you are here promoting your latest project.
Yeah.
Judge Travis, can you tell us what the project is about? How you were inspired to create it?
Yeah.
Why is it an audio series? And why is episode 107?
Yeah.
The best episode, not just of the show, but of any show ever created or written by anyone.
Well, I think that's the big point to talk about right now is that Millie Tamarez was one of the writers on the show.
She was.
A scripted audio series that I call it's just a sitcom for your ears. There's all kinds of things that you can call you can call it an audio book, you can call it a narrative, a scripted podcast, a scripted audio series.
Yeah, because it's not an audio book because it's not reading. It's like there's acting out. Like it's like a radio play.
Yeah, that's it.
A radio play.
Why is that? I wish like radio play didn't sound like you're wearing a fedora when you say that. So
would you like to read my radio play? I'm here to promote my radio play. I got all my friends to write a radio play with me, and I'm here to promote it.
Yes.
Tim, but you don't have a fedora.
I don't. I mean, I had a friend, my friend Ian, who also wrote on the show, used to wear a fedora in high school. So I am fedora adjacent for sure.
Okay, so tell us about
who among us isn't fedora adjacent. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest.
Long enough.
You listen to ska long enough.
Listen to ska long enough.
You're fedora adjacent.
You go to DSA.
You're fedora adjacent.
DSA dating events. You're
fedora adjacent.
Can we break down the complexity of the DSA? Because I like the DSA.
We asked you about Judge Travis.
Okay.
Put a pin in the complexity of the DSA for a second.
I have a scripted audio series.
And what is it about?
Called Judge Travis.
And why is my episode?
It's called Judge Travis. It's about the behind the scenes of a TV court shows like Judge Judy, Judge Mathis, and how it happens in the judge's personal life affects his verdicts.
Yeah.
This is something that I pitched in the summer of 2021 when I had my last official TV writing job. While I had that job, I pitched this idea for the show. It was for a specific podcast network. And it was something that was for a specific talent that they were interested in. So I was like, I was meditating on this person. I was like, you could probably play a TV judge.
So you pitched a project around like somebody. Because what happens is sometimes that TV, like a network will be like, hey, we have a star, let's say, for example, Leslie Jones. Mm-hmm. Does anyone have a good project that could be, and then they ask writers to pitch.
Yeah.
And what you pitched around this person was this audio.
Was this, something about the behind the scenes of a court show. Because I love behind the scenes shows like the Larry Sanders Show, especially things like 30 Rock.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about this particular actor, and well, anyway, so I pitched the idea, and it was more of a general meeting / pitch meeting, and I liked the idea, but I've learned, like, I'm really good at pitching ideas, and I kind of forget about it. That's the magic for me, is that I forget about things after I do it, and then they kind of come back. Yeah, it's really hard, because
because you have to treat every pitch as like a business.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to keep up with 15 business. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's also like you have to put your heart into every pitch. It's the same with like auditions too. It's like you have to put this energy into it, and then you have to immediately release it.
Yeah, because you're going
insane.
insane.
No attachment whatsoever, and try to forget it ever happened, because it's so difficult for things to move even to the next step, to call back to the second meeting, to this, to that. So it's like you put in so much, and then you have to be like, and now I will never think about it.
Exactly. So then the idea came back to me like months later. I feel like half a year later, and it wasn't attached to that actor. So then I was like, oh, they paid me to write a pilot. And so then this idea that was attached to a specific personality was like kind of bounced back to me. And that's when I started to actually put a little bit of my heart into it. And so I was like, okay, why do I like court shows? It's not even the court shows itself. I'm more interested in, why do we as a society watch? Why is it always playing at the laundromat? Why do I have memories of my grandma taking notes, watching Judge Judy, as if it was like how she was like getting all the information about law in the United States? Why do we love these stern authority figures? And so I started to combine elements of like my actual grandfather, who I lived with for 6 months when I was writing for that revival of all that, and our dynamic, and then just like bigger picture things like the kings of comedy, people like Steve Harvey, things like that. And so when that element started to pour into, and it was just a character, just like think pure character, not about a specific actor playing it. That's why you came to mind when it came to bringing writers on board.
Writers room. All these different writers.
So there's the thing that connects everything in season 1 of the show, and hopefully there's another season. Hopefully it can become its own television series. It's meant.
From Southside, it's really great cast, but
Bashir Salahuddin, who's one of the officers, I think Officer Midnight on Southside is in it. He's the judge. Langston Kerman is the producer character, but it's all about his marital issues.
Yeah,
and so it's one of the many things that we've kind of predicted. Or in the show, like the season finale comes out on this week, and it's all about like mergers, which is like all in the air right now. This is something we wrote back in like 2022.
Wrote about how this Netflix is buying this company.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of the bigger ones is the fact that Judge Mathis himself, at the time that we wrote this, I just thought he was just like a decent, like, I don't think he's not decent. I just thought he was like an honest family man.
He has a lot of reality shows. About him being a family man.
Yeah. And then
this was a famous TV judge.
Black
TV judge, which is what we wrote in this.
Yes.
This taught me everything I think that I need to know about making something in the industry, because it's been a long process. But at some point, like while we were in the limbo phase of production, I see this TMZ video of Judge Mathis like talking to this camera guy who pops up at the airport, it feels like, and he's just like, it was actually really beautiful. He's just like giving a very sincere apology to his wife. And I saw that, I was like, this is exactly what like the thing we're trying to get at with the show is like, how do you get under these layers of these really complicated male figures? So in your episode, it's there's a big explosive thing that happens up top, and then what I learned in the writers' room is that you are really into just sort of the psychology of relationships, the underlying therapeutic elements. And so a lot of that exactly. So your episode really builds everything up for this finale where like all the cards are on the table for all the characters.
Wow. Is it the second to last episode? Penultimate.
Yeah.
Penultimate episode is always where shit gets crazy.
So of course I was like, and this will happen.
Yeah. And this will happen. The penultimate episode is huge.
It was just nice. Like we worked on this so long ago, and it just is something that, honestly, and doing comedy, like a narrative structure thing is just not something we see anymore. It's all about podcasts and short videos and content and this, and it's not about like, actually things take time to build and like but it pays off so much because you're just on a better journey.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just hard. Like, stuff's really not being made in the TV world still. Like, the industry's really recovering.
Especially
so
stuff that has an all black cast.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it's awesome to see something like an idea that did come to fruition and you were able to bring your friends in on it and you were able to, like, get a really cool, interesting, funny group around it, especially now when it is so much harder. I mean, it was always a hard thing to do, but it's really fucking hard now.
And I do think getting this across the finish line was personally very valuable. I think this can tie into some of the stuff happening with the Oscars right now, where it's like everyone from like Guillermo del Toro to Ryan Coogler. These are movies that they're like really passionate about, and I think it's not like the like for Ryan Coogler, like one of the bigger influences for Sinners is his relationship with one of his uncles who passed away, who was like really into the blues and things like that. Guillermo del Toro, like you watch that Frankenstein movie, that's about his dad. That's about his it's about his relationship.
And it's also like you can tell that like Guillermo del Toro's wanted to do Frankenstein his whole fucking life. It's like the ultimate monster movie for him. So like he's the monster guy and like this is the monster. So it's like I do think in this time of like we talk about AI all the time and like what it's going to do with the arts and stuff like that. I think it makes sense that the things that people are drawn to are such deeply, clearly personal passion projects with like super duper clear visions and like aesthetics. And like it's like people want to know something isn't just AI slop. And the way that you know that is because you can like see the vision of it.
Yeah.
And this leads perfectly into the next
wow.
Which I want you, Tim, to talk about your podcast. You Are the Genre.
Oh yeah.
And like, what is it about, and why do you think it's important to highlight what you highlight in that podcast? And what is something? Did you learn anything about the industry from talking to all your guests?
Yeah. So You Are the Genre is a podcast that I started. I guess when we're still trying to figure out if the pandemic is still called the pandemic or what was going on. Biden was still president, I think.
Those 4 years.
Impossible to even recall what that was like.
Kind of. I think I started like in the all the guild strike, something like that.
Yeah.
And I had gone through this period where I had written for 3 television shows in a row. So I wrote for that revival of all that, and I have to make sure to say I wrote for the revival. Of all that.
You weren't in the document.
I was.
You weren't having the kids do a bunch of weird feet stuff.
And then I wrote for The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, which is arguably another children's program. And then I wrote for another Nickelodeon sitcom. And it was really fun. And I felt like through the process, a side effect was I lost this sort of personal voice kind of feeling that I used to have with stand up. And I'm like learning, like I watched the Capitol riots and my only thought was like, oh, what's the Jimmy Fallon take on it? You know, like, and it's not like that's a bad thing necessarily. Really good money. But I don't know.
Yeah. I know. I was like, how do we turn this into a game that Ariana Grande can do a bunch of impressions?
In 30 Rock, where it's them trying to scale the length of the Capitol walls.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the game, and Ariana Grande does it.
Yeah.
And she does impressions.
While she doesn't
impressions. We gotta make sure she's doing impressions. She's really good at them.
Yeah. But there's like, you get really, when you have that job, you get really into it, and then you kind of, it's so intensive that you kind of lose something.
Yeah.
And so.
Your virginity.
The other weird thing about that job was it was during the pandemic, so I never set foot in 30 Rock. I actually never met Jimmy in person. So it's the whole thing. Like I've been living in this like surreal thing, and I feel like I lost myself. And so one of the things that kind of became a internal mantra for me was like, because everyone has to do all these different things. Everyone has to have all these gigs. You have to tell people with clarity like what it is that you do, and that gets so confusing.
And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Yeah. Do you have a job? Do you have a job? Because I could try to do it.
Yeah,
I'll do something.
Yeah. But the only thing that helped me was like just kind of like this refrain of like, well, I am the genre that connects all these things, so I can write a science fiction story that's not comedic, or I can, like, as long as it's like I'm the filter that gives the thing definition. I feel like people get lost in this kind of like trying to prove to others and acquire all these things to make a case. And it's like, it's just sort of like a zen. I think that's like a zen that like Ryan Coogler and Guillermo del Toro come to mind for that too, where it's like they have this like peace right now with all of their interviews. I think is so hard for like people to find.
Yeah.
And this Judge Travis project is something that's given me that sort of peace, because it's like, I am just so confident in it. But even if I like comedically, if that's not everyone's taste, I'm just confident in like what is there because it's so connected to like my dynamic with my grandfather, for instance, who was alive when I pitched the show. There's not you know what I mean? Like, so it's like you kind of, this is one of those projects that's kind of like, important in that, on that.
Yeah. You put a piece of yourself into it.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
And that's You Are the Genre.
Yeah. That's You Are the Genre. So I've interviewed people. I've interviewed Millie. I've interviewed people like Roy Wood Jr. And I asked people 3 questions. It's like, what's the first genre that, and I'm going to interview you.
I know.
I tried to.
We've had a lot of scheduling issues personally to get Tim here. Guys, just a little behind the scenes is both of the blizzards we were supposed to have Tim in here. So
and I had a really bad laptop when I tried to interview you.
And then something happened tech-wise. There's energies are trying to stand in the way of us podcasting together. There's something powerful here.
But I asked people what the first genre is that inspired them, what the first craft was that they pursued, and how they feel about that first craft now. And I feel like that arc of a conversation reveals interesting things.
Hell yeah.
Well, check that out, guys.
Is it time?
So today for the Discourse, it's going to be like we have a little thicker software update, and then we're going to have a discussion about Americans. But awesome. we got to take the good with the bad, and today's software update was from our Grasshole of the Week from our Allison Plimp episode.
Okay.
Do you remember Jake Lange, Elise?
Okay, Jake Lange is not Nick Shirley.
No, Jake Lange is not Nick Shirley. So
what was Jake Lange's variety of bullshit that he did again?
So I will just say a lot of this research was from the Bulwarks.
Okay.
If you want to know more, go there. But Jake Lange was the guy who's the pardoned January 6er.
Right, I'm picturing his Twitter.
He's the one who did anti-Islamic counter-protests. This January, he tossed out Hitler salutes outside of AIPAC's headquarters.
Okay.
And organized an anti-Muslim rally in Minneapolis, like around the ICE things. And the reason why you're connecting him to Nick Shirley is the guy who did the initial Somali daycare story.
Right.
And got ICE and then Jake Lange a few weeks later and did a counter protest, but got water thrown on him and like beat up.
Yeah, the images, I'm getting flashes of different images, which is like his weird Twitter banner up at the top, and then the pictures of him getting water balloons thrown at him.
Yeah, and like since then, he's always going viral for like stupid right-wing shit. There was this ice carving outside of some political building in Minnesota that said like abolish ICE or something, and he kicked down all the letters except for so I think it said like go ICE or something ICE. But then when he was kicking it, his like hands were flailing in a weird way, and the internet just roasted him. His outfit sucked, all that. So like he's been kind of like whatever, right?
Yeah,
so
he's just a troll. He's a right-wing troll guy.
He's a right-wing troll. But his influence has been growing and growing and growing. And like a week and a half ago, he held a anti-Islam protest outside of Mayor Mandani's apartment, home.
Oh, he was involved in that?
He was involved in that.
Oh, God.
And he accused all Muslims of being, quote, pedophiles.
Cool.
And that already, so he brought people, it was crazy because I think he got like a group of 20 people, and then there was like counter protesters of like 150. It took a serious turn because 2 Muslim counter protesters allegedly inspired by ISIS through Obama Lange and his fellow crusaders, more on that later. And then because these ISIS kids that were allegedly ISIS kids, but then they tied them back to like, they're like high school kids and like from Pennsylvania. So something weird's happening there. But like the thing is like this guy's creating hype and causing scenes and making opportunities for that shit, right?
Yeah.
Well,
he's creating highly tense moments during a highly tense time. That's not to say that those kids should have brought that. Obviously, that's horrible. But like, when you start messing around and like antagonizing people, and when you're an agitator and that's your thing, is that you create these scenarios where it attracts people who want to do that kind of stuff.
That's a great way. He's an agitator. He creates scenarios that gets people to do stuff. And then, like, because the more that he's out there, the more, like, fucking, contrarian people are, like, following him, whatever. And after the bomb thing was, like, actually, like, a credible threat, he started getting more sympathy by the right, and people were like, that's fucked up, like, he's a martyr, like, all this shit. But the software update is that hype that he got was short-lived, because days after the Mom Downey rally, a video emerged. He had been texting flirtatiously with someone he thought was a 15-year-old girl.
Oh.
So the way that he got caught was even crazier, because it was by another right-wing clout chaser.
It's interesting also that this is the all Muslims are pedophiles guy.
Well.
Interesting
that the all Muslims are
pedophiles.
So we're talking about, it's right-wing clout chaser versus right-wing clout chaser. And this is from the Bulwark. The video was a product of another attention-hungry faction of the right, pedophile hunters, who stage amateur to catch a predator-style stings. On Monday, one of those pedophile hunters, who goes by the name The Zerg, posted on Instagram that he had been texting Lange while posing as an underage girl who described herself as a high school student. So now, that's what we're going to watch. We're going to watch The Zerg's sting.
The Zerg's pedophile hunter video?
Yeah, so again.
I'm so pissed that I just had to say any of those words. The Zerg's pedophile hunter video? Is that what we're going to watch?
Yes, where the Zerg catches Jake Lange.
Wait, are you talking about the Zerg?
So this is the Zerg's pedophile hunter video.
Guys, okay. The Zerg, again, the whole faction of, let's play a game, right? There's a whole faction of right-wing to catch a pedophile kind of content guy, right? In this thing, this guy's wearing a gray hoodie with a logo on it. Mm-hmm. Can you guess what the logo says on it?
Okay. I would say maybe it's his own.
His own? Okay. So, his own
merchandise.
Okay. Tim, what do you say? What is a right-wing pedophile hunter content guy
gonna wear for his video?
On his hoodie.
Something to do with Pizzagate?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The answer is a UFC. UFC hoodie.
Yeah.
So now let's watch the Zerg.
Okay.
There's a lot of creeps and weirdos in politics, and let's welcome one of them right here, Jake Lange. So Jake Lange here ran in Senate for Florida, which he lost. And now he does these social media things where he does crusades as a Christian and basically does anti-Muslim stuff, anti-Islam stuff. So like, for example, he posts, things like this, where he says, "We have no fear of pedophiles worshiping Muslims in Christ Jesus." But what Jake doesn't tell you is he was chatting up with my 15-year-old decoy.
Not my 15-year-old decoy.
So let's see what he had to say then. So they were talking about the march and how he wanted her to be at the march in Texas. And he said that I have too many DMs, text me, baby. So she sent her number. And let's see what he said on text. She says, "How old are you, by the way?" Said, "I just turned 30, honey. What are you doing up so late, young lady?" Then tells Jake, "I might be too young for you." And he says, "How old are you, baby? Unless you are under 18, I don't care." Then she says, "I'm 15, LOLO." Now keep in mind at this point, what you should do is you should block the girl or just not talk to her. But let's see what Jake says next. He asks her, "When do you turn 16? And she says, "In 6 months." and then says, I won't get you in trouble if that's what you are worried about. And he likes that message. And then asks, what state do you live in?
Oh.
I can't see you till you're 16. Jake, why would you be asking a 15-year-old when she's going to turn 16 and what state she's in? That sounds like, to me, you are trying to get with a 16-year-old if the age is consensual in that state and you're 30 years old. So I think it's kind of hypocritical to think you calling out Muslims and Islam, right, as a white Christian, saying that they are pedophiles and all these things, while you're messaging my 15-year-old decoy.
I'm sorry, 15-year-old decoy gets me every month.
What it seems like to me is like you want her to be 16 so you can, I don't know. What do you guys think? So, yeah, Jake, you're a fucking weirdo, bro.
Don't talk to my 15-year-old decoy.
There's so many things there, yeah. How expert is this guy at being a 15-year-old via text message?
Yeah.
That's one interesting factor that I've never really considered.
It's his hobby, I guess.
Yeah.
His entire thing is
videos a 15-year-old decoy.
Is catching guys. He does literally it's independent to catch a predator.
Yeah. It's very funny that Jake Lange is, it's gross that he's talking to the 15-year-old decoy this way, but it's very funny that he's, obsessed with calling Muslims pedophiles, and then this is how he's acting.
And it's clearly chat GPTing, okay, what state can I...
Yeah. You can see that he's like, kind of like, okay, I have to proceed with caution now that she's told me she's 15.
Well, she's like, I can keep a secret, like, which is like, I don't know if the decoy is good or not.
It was good enough to get Jake Lange, which I don't know if that's what's required of that exactly. But this is the caliber of man that the 15-year-old decoy is here to decoy. The decoy voice, so it's like she doesn't need to be that good. What shocks me, and I remember this with Jake Lange and Nick Shirley, and now this guy. These guys are so not charismatic at all. And it's really astounding to me that sentence structure is weird. Like, there's absolutely no performance ability whatsoever on any of these dudes. And that's what always surprises me. Because they're not, like, handsome either. So I'm like, how are we...
The Zerg's not. No. I'd rather the Zerg than Jake.
The Zerg is more handsome than Jake Lange and Nick Shirley.
The Zerg is the one in that TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting everything. UFC. Okay, well, he's a UFC.
No, he's wearing the UFC.
Oh, he's wearing the... Okay.
Just, again.
Yeah. And he is conservative.
The
Zerg.
Like that, he has been identified by the Bulwark as part of this conservative network.
Okay.
Of a
pedophile. Okay. All right.
And they're hunting all the pedophiles except for the ones that they vote for, I guess. There's a couple of pedophiles that are not hunting. There's a couple that they're leaving off the list.
But it's also like, if you really want to, like, if you know anything about victim and all this shit, like, it's always people in their it's always people they know, they don't consider themselves pedophile. Like, it's just the dumbest of the dumbest of the dumbest kind of guy who's like getting a text from a random girl and like whatever. And even there's ethical concerns about that because a lot of these guys who get shows get driven to suicide and all this shit. So it's like whatever. So, but it's Jake Lange, so it's hard to say. So Jake, in response to this stuff, has said, quote, he wouldn't even allow such text on his phone.
Oh, wow.
Tim, a thing that you might not be aware of, but that we've learned through a lot of this stuff is that a lot of these guys position themselves as virgins, too.
Oh,
they're like, I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
I've never had sex. Like, they can't, like, you can't even get anything on me because I'm a virgin. And it's very, very odd.
They're warrior priests.
Yeah.
I don't know what's odd about that. They're they're like the Jedi.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, they're a bunch of virgin
like
warrior
celibate warriors or something. Pedophile hunters.
Well, so okay.
What do you think the Mandalorian and Grogu's about?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
People are like, why is what's her name? Not Susan Sarandon.
From Alien.
Sigourney
Weaver, yeah.
Why is Sigourney Weaver and Pedro Pascal? And I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it. You're not listening to the Star Wars breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
The episode by episode breakdown of Star Wars. You don't know that I've listened to 3 different podcasts to go to sleep about all the different Easter eggs in the trailers.
Oh, wow.
of the Mandalorian and Grogu trailers. Anyway.
That's beautiful.
Speaking of, I don't even know how to pivot this, but Lange said that the conversation had been misrepresented and that activists linked to far-right online factions had attempted to entrap him. I'm like, I think they did entrap you.
Yeah, no, you were fully entrapped. The 15-year-old decoy worked, dude.
The 15-year-old decoy worked. So
you were talking to the 15-year-old decoy for a while, bro.
So Jake Lange,
Just the idea of someone. What are you doing while you're being the 15-year-old decoy? Like,
do you get into the mindset?
Are you?
Well, that is, I don't know about decoy, but I have gotten a job offer. This is crazy and this is dark, but really popular women on OnlyFans don't have.
Oh yeah.
So you can like they'll pay you a percentage or like $20 an hour, and you like manage their chats, and also like they have 1,000 guys asking for personalized videos a day or something. Maybe not 1,000, but maybe 10.
Yeah.
So like they need to keep up. So like they get a project manager and also someone chatting with the guy.
Yeah.
That's trying to up something. It's so crazy.
I have a friend who did do that, like answered an OnlyFans model's DMs and like would just pretend to be her. And
this job would have paid like $20 an hour, you're saying?
So yeah, well that was the reason why I didn't do it, because this particular company that was contacting me, and they like comedians because you can banter and all this stuff. But this company was like not charged. But I'm like, you're gonna suscept yourself to fucking dick pic.
Oh yeah,
not for $20 an hour. I'll be safer in a McDonald's.
My friend who did it said that like you get in, and I don't know what she was paid for the like job that she did, but
pay more,
some
like
pay more,
50, 60, 100 or.
But I think that what she was saying was like you start out and you're like, whatever, they don't know me. I can put a wall up between myself and this. It doesn't matter. I'm just answering messages. And she was like, it gets dark pretty fast and it gets creepy, and you start to feel just like blah.
Yeah, you feel bad. I don't know. I just feel bad. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, at some point, AI is going to handle all of that. AI is going to be the 15-year-old girl.
Brock, I'm sure, is already on that.
Yeah. That's like the upside, right? AI will take the dick pics. You don't even have to take your own dick pic, is what I'm saying. You can get.
They always take their own dick pics. We know this. They're all bad.
Yeah. Lighting crazy.
The lighting's crazy. Why would you ever choose, if your dick is this color, why would you choose a background too similar? There's just no art.
Not even going to like wipe it off.
No, they're not even going to wipe it off.
No.
That's why I'm like, maybe they do need to send it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT needs to give some fucking feedback.
Yeah.
Okay? And maybe that's AI.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So Jake is a part of the American Crusaders. And the American Crusaders, if, it's, Tim.
Yeah.
Elise.
Yeah.
I took screenshots from the American Crusaders website. So I'm going to have you guys read some. Tim, you're going to read the first section. Elise, you're going to read the second section. So Tim, start from here.
Okay. The sliant majority.
Oh, it doesn't say sliant. It doesn't say sliant. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Join the crusade today. There's a button to enlist. I'm going to read the full left side here. What is this? Is a question that it says there. We are not organizing a protest. We are building a movement. Movement is capitalized. An American crusade is a national declaration of faith, courage, and alignment. We believe Christ is king.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want this to get taken out of context all of a sudden.
No, this turns into a video.
Just make sure, yeah. We believe this nation needs order, truth, and clarity. This movement is spiritual, local, and unrelenting.
Ooh.
If you're tired of watching from the sidelines, you're one of us. Stand, speak, advance.
Okay, and then now we have the next section, which is called Why Now? A line has been crossed. When churches are bombed is capitalized, schools are shot, and mockery of God becomes public sport, it's not just politics anymore. It's spiritual warfare. The No Kings movement drew millions. It mocked the idea of authority, of morality, of God. Our silence is over. This isn't about left or right. It's about right and wrong. The American crusade isn't reactionary. It's redemptive.
Wow.
So, what would feel about the American Crusaders so far?
There is indeed a male loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
There really is.
Yeah.
The men just need to know when it's okay to give each
funny
other
that
hugs.
The No Kings movement is called out specifically as the thing that...
Because God is king, don't you see?
Right, I guess.
But the No Kings was against Donald Trump.
I know.
And then you have people on the far left being like, those movements don't mean anything, and then on the far right being like, this has its fun.
Yeah.
The silence is over. I do like being like, this isn't about left or right. We're right wing.
We're
a right wing movement, but it's not about left or right.
Yeah.
It's right and wrong. So I'm like, so it is about right.
Right. Yeah, we're going right.
Yeah. But it's like, it's not about left or right. It's right and wrong. And I'm like, well, it's still about right. So why wouldn't you use a different word than right? But this is green by ChatGPT.
Yeah. I mean, it says sliant majority, as you said.
I don't think ChatGPT would even say
ChatGPT.
sliant.
Yes, ChatGPT would have spelled silent right. Yeah. So somebody actually really typed this.
And the image here, my biggest question is what is happening on this behind the words "Join the Crusade." There's
like a distressed American flag with like.
Is that what that is supposed to be?
Yeah, but guess what? The website's bad. Like, it's not responsive. Like, they didn't get a Squarespace. Like, it's not like
they don't have Squarespace.
Yeah, they don't have Squarespace.
So this is a meetup for Crusaders. And what do they do?
It's a meetup for Crusaders, but they have been forced to respond to Jake to the.
Wow. Okay.
So Jaden Scott, pro-ICE activist, put out this statement on the Americans Against Islamification Facebook account.
Oh, and Jesus, not the Americans Against Islamification Facebook account.
And I will say,
oh my God,
I'm shocked that this only has 800 likes. For as racist as what we just see here, but we'll hear what they say in response to.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Just immediately the setup of this is so crazy.
I mean, is this a green screen situation? Is that really a space?
He's standing in some kind of room in front of a sign that they've made that says Americans Against Islamification. He looks green screened. He's like glowing almost.
Yeah,
what is he wearing?
He's wearing like.
Is that a hoof or a shoe?
It's a shoe.
He looks like he's wearing like a little, almost like a Star Trek suit because it has like a little.
I think his leg. He talks about how he did some protest and he broke his leg.
Okay.
So I think he's like standing on one foot and then leaning on one of those like wheelie things for when people have broken legs.
Okay.
So they have like a wheelie thing that they kneel on or something.
Okay.
I think that's it.
I'm just talking about the shirt and the collar and everything. Like it looks like he's wearing a little like galactic outfit and then he's standing in front of and this weird backdrop.
It's like wooden and it says Americans Against Islamification.
Yeah, there's like a wooden wall behind him and then a homemade printed sign thing that says Americans Against Islamification. It's very weird.
Guys, we've been doing a lot of activism, a lot of political activism, and what we need to recenter this organization and this mission on is actually evangelizing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Yesterday, my co-founder, Jake Lange, was caught
the long pause
in a period trap set by a sex decoy company or a sex decoy account to catch predators. I cannot confirm the authenticity or the intentions behind Jake's messages. I can, however, confirm the authenticity. And until further notice, Jake Lange, American Crusader, has been suspended from all of our organizations until a pending and internal investigation opened up by my team. Guys, this is America. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But however, we will not associate with somebody that is guilty of a sexual misconduct. I do ask all the patriots and everybody that's watching to pray for our brother Jake Lange, pray for his mind, pray for his soul, and pray for his salvation. Guys, it's time that we stand up. It's time that we evangelize, but it's also time we get more serious about what it is that we're doing and about the people who are coming.
Again, what is with the fucking weird way all these guys talk? He's saying words crazy, weird pauses. He's reading, but he also seems like there are moments where he's not, like, it's very weird.
So what I think happened, because this is a 8-9 minute video, but this is the statement that he made about Jake Lange. But he starts in the beginning talking about all the stuff that they had to go through. Then he gets to this part, and I think he has to read, like, it's just so funny. Like, you guys are, like the Americans Against Islamification. They're doing crazy counter protests. They're doing all these evil things, which I guess I'm like, okay, good that you draw the line at pedophilia, I guess. Like, awesome. But I'm like, damn, but then like, they got their lawyers to be like, we have to prepare a statement that says that we don't stand for this. And I'm just like...
You can see when he shifts, it's like that one long pause before he starts talking about the misconduct. He also said a sexual misconduct, and he did use a sex decoy
company. A sex decoy company. I'm like, what is a sex decoy company?
But he was like, we would never associate with anyone who did a sexual misconduct. I'm like, what?
Like his lawyer told him to read that.
Yeah, but even they can't talk. I don't understand why they're all so weird. He's like swaying back and forth, just not an ounce of Riz at all.
But when you have Riz, you're not a white supremacist.
But some of these white supremacist guys, I mean, I wouldn't call it Riz. It doesn't make me feel rizzed, but you can at least see that they like
Trump
are quick on their feet, or they talk or whatever. Like they have some level of eloquence about them. They have like Charlie Kirk. But I mean, Charlie Kirk is better than this at speaking.
These guys started from Charlie Kirk.
Exactly. Well, they all want to be Charlie Kirk, and I'm like, I don't feel like Charlie Kirk particularly. I wouldn't use the word Riz to describe what he was doing, but he was able to like speak and hold his own in these things. These guys can't even talk.
Yeah, these guys are. Yeah, well,
it's just men who like to debate. But I think this all ties into why it's a wonderful name for this podcast. Go Touch Grass.
Yeah,
feels like a lot of people just like when I look at a guy like that, I think in a couple decades ago he would just be someone who's really into Kevin Smith movies and just like debating comic book stuff.
Oh my god!
But a couple years earlier, he would have had fucking kids and like a whatever, and have a wife that would be
he'd have on
miserable
a fedora, and he'd be so happy.
Yeah.
He'd be watching Clerks and just so happy.
Yeah, truly. And because we have so much access to other theories and like paranoia to be about things going on in the world. And because there are no physical spaces to meet your comic book brethren anymore, you instead start to there's no third places anymore.
Where are the nerds going to hang out?
I don't even know where. I'm trying to figure out where this is.
I genuinely cannot figure out what type of... It looks like a church basement. The back room the wall is so weird. The lighting is so weird. The podium is weird. Everything about it is so deeply strange.
When the church is your only third space, right?
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
You have anything to finish with that?
No, I'm just,
No, when the church.
I think it's been said.
Okay. Well, that's the sophomore update. That's what's going on with Jake Lange.
Well, damn.
From January to March, and I feel
he did a sexual misconduct.
He texted a 15-year-old decoy.
And this video is so much longer, too. I'm afraid to know what happens.
It's disturbing how long the video is. It's actually crazy to see the length of the video.
As I downloaded it. I'm on any list, and I looked up the mission statement of American Crusader, and then went on the Facebook account, like, whatever. Anyway, okay. Guys, the main segment.
Wow.
Well, how do you feel right now about being an American after this segment that we just went over?
Frightened, for sure.
Yeah, troubled. Yeah. I'm troubled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that the idea of being an American, just like everything else, like we're calling things TV that isn't even TV. We're calling things movies that technically isn't even movies. We're calling things like everything is shifting right now. Left and right is going to mean something different in 5 years. And I feel like there used to be sort of like even like a racial, like it's like, oh, this, fellow black person, you're probably a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
And now
we talked about the multiracial United Colors of Benetton.
White supremacists. Yeah.
We all went to Miami and fought each other.
And the thing about whiteness, which is often defines Americanness, is that it's always been like a slow, like it slowly becomes a big tent. And so I think now people that 50 years ago was like, of course we're never going to consider them truly within the camp. Is something about like there's like a get out kind of thing happening where it's like if you are black at a certain frequency, white conservatives will bring you in with open arms and kind of consider you to be a white American with very little issue or hesitation, I think. So
if you spew the party line, like the party will fuck with you.
Yeah. And like that's attractive to it's attractive to some people that they are welcomed if they show up in a certain way and that they will never be canceled. But it's also, but like and this is like the Real Housewives of Mar-a-Lago shit that is like the Netflix show, is that like, because one of the girls literally from Uzbekistan and she's MAGA and she's whatever, and her major conflict is that these people keep telling her you're never going to really be accepted ever as you are. And she keeps fighting, but it's just like, but that is the nature of like
so at some point, even Kash Patel is going to have a weird wake up call at some point. Kash Patel is going to,
you'll never be canceled, but you'll never be accepted. So your feelings about being American right now is complicated.
Yes.
Right?
It's complicated. Yeah, that's the official Facebook status.
It's complicated. Yeah. I'm going to check with you after this segment.
Okay.
Because our main segment is based off of a tweet that blew up.
Okay.
Made by R.S. Archer, who is, he's like, I would say like, he's like kind of a discourse inducer on a side of the internet. It's a picture of him on a motorcycle. This is his Twitter bio. He says, I have an occasional social media presence. And he says accounts claiming to be me either here or anywhere else is fake.
Okay.
And then he's from Castelnau, La Chapelle, France.
Okay.
And he has about 116,000 followers. But he follows 10,000 people, so he's kind of a loser.
Yeah.
So he posted a tweet that got 11 million likes that blew up on Twitter.
Okay.
So I'm just going to read it. And then you're going to tell me your raw thoughts.
Yes. Yeah. I did see this, I believe.
Yeah.
I've been aware of this discourse. It made its way to me.
Americans, if coming to Europe this summer, some suggestions of what not to wear. Any hats indoors. Trainers, which I think means sneakers, with every outfit. Cargo shorts. Loud logos and graphics. Ill-fitting clothes. A shirt of your sports team. Flip-flops everywhere. Clashing colors and patterns. Beach shorts. And this got 11.2 million views. Guys, what's your raw reaction to that?
I mean, this person is not American and is European and is acknowledging what annoying Americans tend to wear.
How
do you feel about that, though?
I feel nothing. I never.
I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess. Why should I not wear those things? Because like pretentious French guy would judge me for not wearing them. I don't care. Where am I? Am I at a beach? Because I'm going to wear flip flops everywhere if I'm at the beach. I see Europeans wear shirts of their own sports teams, so I don't see why. Not that I have a sports shirt that I would be repping, but I don't see why that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Some of these are just things that are general fashion advice, like not wearing clashing colors and patterns or ill-fitting clothes. Like that's just generally, I would say, don't, unless you don't care. Unless you don't care. Any hats indoors. Also, people wear sneakers with every outfit when they're traveling because you can only bring so many shoes. I can't bring a full retinue of shoes and boots and shit. I wish I fucking could. But we're charging a lot for carry-ons these days and a lot to check a bag. And so, usually I do have like 2 pairs of shoes with me.
Well, speak on it.
So, and beach shorts, if I'm at the beach, fuck you. I'm at the beach. You didn't tell me I can't wear flip-flops and beach shorts. What are you wearing?
Well... So that is, you went through all the responses.
Yeah.
So there were 3 camps of responses. The first camp of the 3 responses, the first box, is no, fuck you. So here's some, Also, if you're wondering if he's a pretentious French guy, I looked on his page and this is what he tweeted today.
Dinner this evening for those interested. Cured salmon with pickled salad and creme fraiche. Veal lasagna, sticky toffee pudding with cream. For the wine, A 2018 Luigi Spertino Vignola. What? I'm not doing all that, but it's a really long, fancy name of a wine. Okay, yeah.
That explains a lot about his personality. Yeah.
Okay, so comments, the fuck you camp. We got this tweet. It says, me in Europe next time. What are we seeing here, guys?
He's wearing like a 2-piece American flag, like onesie set. 2 different types of like full, very loud onesies.
Yes. So this was a tweet from Brian Ornero. This is another one from B Oaks. What do we see here, Tim?
This looks like the baby from the sitcom Dinosaurs that had realistic looking dinosaurs in humorous situations with a mullet and giant jean shorts and
a Leonard Skinner shirt
and tennis shoes or trainers even. And I don't know much about cars, but leaning on some sort of
and the caption says, "Nope, I'm wearing my lucky Leonard Skinner shirt."
Yeah. And then we have this one. That's fine. I special ordered a t-shirt with this design, and it's Uncle Sam taking a bite of the globe, saying, "Try and stop us," which not great for right now.
It's from The Simpsons.
It's from The Simpsons, but it's in regards to this, like, so that's the first camp, right? Is the no, fuck you. The second camp is Europeans dressed just as bad. This is one. Can you read that?
So one says, you can always spot an American in foreign countries. That's in quotes. And then, yeah, man, you blend right in at Yellowstone with your child's medium Armani exchange shirt, skin tight capri length shorts, and Pumas.
Yes, it's like, I mean, I get exactly what they're saying here, which is like, European tourists are extremely easy to identify too. Like tourists in general have a look about them. You're going to find them kind of annoying. This is like what this kind of discourse always brings up to me is like, you just don't like tourists because tourists tend to be whatever the level of silence that you are normally would expect, they're running afoul of it. They're too loud on the train or they're too loud here. They don't understand the flow of walking and they're stopping and they're looking and they're taking pictures of things and they're dressed kind of funky. 1, because they're from a different place, and 2, because they're wearing just what they had to bring on vacation, which needs to suit a bunch of different, like, you don't have your full wardrobe for everything when you're on vacation. So whenever people are like, American tourists are loud and they you can always tell by how they're dressed, I'm like, European tourists are loud and you can always tell by how they're dressed.
Yeah, and that's the second camp. We also have, somebody said, European tourists on vacation in the States have access to exclusive jean ripping and stitching technology that nobody else in the world does. Once again, roasting European jeans.
Yes.
We have, again, like, one of those starter pack memes where, I think what happened is that all these Americans came back and started roasting Europeans and European tourists en masse because despite all of the fucked up things that are going on in this country, you cannot say shit about us. We can. And also, some countries can say shit about us, but definitely not anyone in the European. So there's a lot of other memes of what Europeans look like on vacation. So it's like, we can all play this game.
Yeah. That's my biggest thing with any discourse that's like this about like, this country has the worst tourists or blah, 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 blah. When we're talking about like Western white European nations or whatever, the club of that, everyone's tourists are annoying or respectful or not. Like, it's just, we're all on the same playing field.
Yeah, because then what ended up happening is instead of fashion, it goes into tourist stuff. And then people were arguing about how the American accent is really jarring and bad and annoying. And then somebody else, responded to that and was like, you can talk shit about Americans, but you can't be French and saying that we're rude and annoying.
Yeah.
Because y'all are not beating those allegations. And then finally, people are just like, all tourists are annoying. This is from Celia, which I do have to say that in researching this, there was on her page, there was like 3 other fights that happened in the time. So I'm just like, whatever. But this is Celia.
She's in the trenches. Celia's
She's in the trenches. And she says, my take is that tourists from anywhere are annoying. elsewhere, and we'd all be better off if we admitted to this fact and moved on with our day. If you live in a place where tourists are annoying. If you're a tourist in New York City, don't stand motionless at the top of subway stairs. Stand/walk in bike lanes when there are literally sidewalks, pedestrian paths.
Exactly. That's how I feel. Is I'm like, yeah, you can always tell who's a tourist, and they're always gonna like run afoul of what's expected and be in the way and not totally get what is supposed to be happening and make a faux pas because they're from a different place, and two, because when people are in vacation mode, they're kind of selfish, and they do, I think, treat wherever, even the most respectful tourists, I do think have a little bit of being like, yeah, but I'm here on vacation and this is my playground and I'm drunk in the middle of the day and I'm running around and like I'm in vacation mode.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed at, our ability to communicate via text on the internet and just like something becomes a big deal. It's just sort of like this, it's like this psychic connection that we all have. We're not talking out loud. We're just kind of like putting one idea on top of the other. And the fact that makes these little endorphins pop in our brains is something, but I got to know.
So you're just struck by the concept of the internet and social media just generally and how it all has...
Yeah, but and
the information superhighway is really hitting for you right now.
I agree with that last one, about how... But I got no...
You got no skin in this game?
I always just go back and maybe this is morbid, but it's just like, we're all going to die at some point. And it's amazing that we somehow need this reminder that we're all going to die at some point.
We're all going to die. Celia, get off.
Yeah, like if I have an opinion about a tourist outfit, I have to tell myself.
Yeah.
Me and this person are going to die at some point.
Yeah.
How valuable.
You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil, Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.
We're talking about alarm fire discourse.
Yeah.
Right? There's a 5 alarm fire. There's a 1 alarm fire. Where I'm just like, It's travel. So people, when you talk about tourist shit, it gets hot.
Especially who has the worst tourists? I think that tourist discourse, I would say
a 5.
Not a 5, but I would say it's a minimum 3. And then depending on what we're layering on top of it, like, grating voices, loudness, discourse, whose tourists are the loudest, why don't Americans know where certain geographical things is, or whose tourists are the dumbest. Like once we're layering in some other stuff, we can get up to maybe 4.
Yeah. And there's a level at which it's fun, and then if it heightens to a certain degree, you can become Hitler.
Yeah.
So you need to keep it in there.
Yeah.
You start getting a little too specific, and you start.
That's also like, it's really tough. I mean, America has a lot of fucking issues, but when I hear Europeans complaining about people coming in and like how there's a diverse population or a tourist, I'm like, penance for a legacy of colonization.
Yeah.
Now you have the most annoying people up in your shit.
I was on the train recently and there was a British family of tourists that were behaving so abominably. I was getting really pissed off, and I was like, if only, because this type of discourse pops up on TikTok and Twitter all the time, and I was like, if only I could just record this entire thing. They're crawling all over, hanging from the bars, yelling, jumping all over the place. Outrageous behavior from this British family.
I feel like, I have this, and it has nothing to do with like ethnicity or anything, but I consider myself to be someone who loves to learn.
Yeah.
Someone who is just like, the best way to describe it is probably agnostic. But at the same time, I grew up religious, and I will judge atheist children with a lens that is so laser focused, because if they act out, I'm like, that is clearly because this child has
you don't have Jesus.
you have no religion in your life. You have no fear
You never learned to fear.
Yeah.
So you're not concerned about the fashion thing. You're doing moral judgment.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a similarity to this thing where it's like, oh, you're from, what are you like? I think there's a similarity to this judgment, basically. And I think that it's wrong for me to judge little atheist children when they act out. So I have to go through a process. We all have to go through a process
of learning to be more gracious with the atheist children and the tourists and whatever. I don't know. It is just like tourists are tourists. They're excited to be here. It's annoying, but also like, how much are they really inconveniencing you? How much is seeing a tourist in loud shorts really hurting you, random French guy? At the end of the day, those British tourists on the train were annoying, but I lived to tell the tale. I'm here.
Yeah, go enjoy your veal lasagna, you bitch.
Right?
Yeah.
And with that,
yeah. What is how did the Zerg end this thing? You're fucking weird.
You're fucking weird, bro. Okay, speaking of someone who's fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, okay.
It is time for our final segment. This is our segment, Grasshole of the Week. This is where we talk about the person, people, organizations, etc. that need to log off the most. And we have a person today. Wow. It is distinctly a person, and that person's name is Zach Braff. Are we familiar with Zach Braff? Are you familiar with Zach Braff?
I am familiar with Zach Braff.
That means he has a project with Zach Braff.
Yeah. Okay. Zach Braff was the original person you pitched. It was originally it was supposed to be a Braff project. Okay.
NDA for the untitled Zach Braff project, where he plays Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Who else is? Who is there? Someone else who or
no? It's our Grasshole is Zach Braff, but I just wanted to gauge the level of familiarity. Zach Braff is Zach Braff. He's fucking. Do
you have anything to say about Zach Braff?
I have nothing to say about
subtext. Subtext.
They're working together.
They slept together once, and Zach Braff didn't call.
That's what we're getting.
What did Zach Braff do?
Okay, so Zach Braff, he's currently right now starring in the new reboot of Scrubs. So that's like what he's up to at the moment. But he's a guy, he's been around, he was in the original Scrubs, he did Garden State, he's in a bunch of stuff. People know Zach Braff. If you're listening, you probably have some conception of him. To get into why he is Grasshole, we need to go back to December of 2025.
Wow. Okay. What was I doing? What were we doing in December 2025? We were talking about, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Who was the Grasshole in December 25? There's no way to know.
There's no way to know. We were kind of getting ready for the holidays. We were taking breaks a little bit. But
I wasn't doing her fault.
On an episode of a different podcast, not Go Touch Grass. I know. Sorry. Sometimes we have to talk about another podcast.
We should be the only podcast.
And we will be eventually.
Yeah.
Our plans are in motion to take the other ones down.
Yeah. No more men and mice. That's what and then we start one podcast by a time by inviting a man and keeping him silent.
Yeah. And just making him sit there. We keep, it's the thing we pitched at the top.
You really would have something there.
Yeah, we keep almost bringing him on, almost introducing him over and over and over again. Okay, this is an episode of the I Need You Guys podcast, which is hosted by comedians Jenny Slate, Max Silvestri, and Gabe Liedman. Jenny Slate she was on SNL for a season. She did the movie Obvious Child. She's Marcel the Shell with shoes on. She's Mona Lisa Saperstein in Parks and Rec. She dated Chris Evans. She's very famous woman. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Max Silvestri, comedy writer. He writes on I Love LA right now. He wrote on Big Mouth, stand-up. Gabe Liedman's kind of like a similar dude. Also a comedy writer. Wrote on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Pen 15. Also stand-up. So I would say like the podcast is the three of them. Jenny Slate is probably like the name of the three of them. But I know that Gabe Liedman, like she and Gabe Liedman have worked together for a really long time. So anyway, it's like a funny chat podcast among comedy friends. In December of 2025, they had on Kumail Nanjiani, another like very famous, I would say, stand-up. I would say he's like a prestige comedy guy at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, has he ever? Oh yeah, Kumail. Yes.
Yeah, because he did that Marvel movie and got ripped for it. Yeah. I think that Marvel movie didn't perform well, but he's remained ripped. He stayed ripped after the Marvel movie.
And he signed a contract for like years, and so I think he was really disappointed with.
I feel bad because I think it should have been a series.
Yeah.
The Eternals.
Yeah, I think I agree.
It should have been a series.
Yeah, it's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but if it was a series, it would have been a lot better.
But he had an Oscars movie, The Big Sick, so I would say he's like, he's their big name guest. Just to set the scene of like what we're listening to here. It's three comedy people, and they're having a famous guy on. Basically, on this December episode, the hosts discuss a rumor that there is a well-known actor currently in a relationship with an AI chatbot. So we're going to watch that clip right now.
I have gossip that I'm not going to put a name to.
Oh,
but
what's the point then?
Let us guess, and if we're correct, you have to tell us.
Yes.
Here's what can happen. We can talk about it and you can text me after.
Okay, great.
Okay.
There's a well-known actor who is currently in a romantic relationship with his AI chatbot.
Whoa!
Yeah, and brings the chatbot with him places.
How well known is this actor? Like, is this like
Right. A-list?
As near A-list as TV can get you. How about
Oh,
that?
you linked a little bit there. You said TV.
Does this actor understand? Like, is he self-aware about how weird it is, or he thinks it's okay and everybody else is like, this is weird?
From my understanding, the little I've heard is that there is a self-awareness, but in kind of like sorry that you're not on board with the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Max, could you just text us the name right now? And we won't say it out loud, we promise. We won't. Are we cool? Are we cool with getting this, or are we...
You want to know what it is?
I want to know.
I want to know
All right,
what it
here
is.
it comes.
This is such a tease.
Oh, exciting.
Wow.
I don't know, guys.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect.
Oh my God. This is not, we can't put this on our podcast.
It's so funny.
It's not,
but it's
nice.
so good.
Okay.
And see, when we have moments like that, that's why we said cut it out.
So what is your impression from the clip? What were your takeaways about this A-list actor?
No, when you said Zach Braff, I'm like, that makes sense.
Right, because the things that we get as clues are as close to A-list as TV can get you.
Mm.
And I would say that Braff is TV A-list because of Scrubs.
Yeah.
He's made a play for film A-list, but I think as close to A-list as TV can get you feels Braff-like.
And Zach Braff is always he was in a huge age gap relationship with Florence Pugh.
Yes, he was.
And people found that a little embarrassing and cringe. So I can see people being like, of course he's in an AI chatbot. He wants to be with somebody half his age. He might as well be with a fucking bot.
It's funny because they keep saying like he brings it places, and I'm like, well, doesn't everyone bring their AI chatbot with them places? But I guess maybe he's like talking to it in real life too.
Or maybe he's like, hey, Siri, remember the white guy who made his AI chatbot Latina that we covered?
What?
Yeah, but we covered this.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what it means fundamentally for him to be bringing it everywhere. Because technically everyone who has an AI chatbot is bringing it everywhere if they have their phone with them. But is he like engaging with it socially?
Socially.
So the other clues that we get is that the person is like self-aware enough, but ultimately kind of like tech-pilled. Like they're just like, yeah, this is what it is.
A lot of people like that right now.
A lot of people like that. That's San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then the reaction to hearing the name was Kumail said, perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So does this sound like Zach Braff to you?
Yes.
I have no opinion on who this sounds like.
Right, because of your pending project.
Yeah,
your Braff project that you're working on. That you can neither confirm or deny that his chatbot is pitching on episodes of the next season of your show.
Absolutely.
So obviously it's not like any smoking gun clues here, but basically immediately from this clip, Zach Braff's name just starts getting bandied about. People are in the comments.
Also, after you said that name, the silhouette that they showed in that clip started to look eerily like
white guy.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were trying to signal that it was him in the clip, but like basically pretty quickly people start saying Braff. This sounds like Zach Braff, which is very funny given like how truly like limited the clues actually were.
Yeah, it's very vague.
But okay, so that's December, right? This pops up. Everyone's like, oh my God, there's this AI chatbot. It dies down. Then, late last month, end of February, the rumors come back up because of an episode of So True with friend of the pod, former guest Caleb Heron.
Yes.
He does an episode with Chris Fleming, And let's hear that clip now.
You know, I just learned that a famous Hollywood actor has an AI girlfriend.
Me too. And we can talk about that after.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that?
We'll give a clue.
Everyone's talking about
Mr. Tumnus.
Okay. So the clue that Chris Fleming gives to the A-list TV actor who is dating a chatbot is Mr. Tumnus. Are you both aware of who Mr. Tumnus is?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay. Mr. Tumnus is a character from the Chronicles of Narnia books and film. Please go to the next slide. This is Mr. Tumnus. He's this little half-goat guy.
Okay.
And I think that most people, when you say Mr. Tumnus, are thinking of this version of him from the films where he has his little red scarf. I mean, canonically, he's half goat no matter what. But like most people, when you say Mr. Tumnus, you're thinking of this guy.
But wouldn't it? So, what do you think? It's the actor that played Mr. Tumnus in the real, like, live action thing?
No, because this is from like 15 years ago at this point, and like I don't think this guy's an A-list actor who people are talking about, and like why would he be as A-list as TV can get you? Like this guy's kind of just Mr. Tumnus.
Okay, but why is this Zach Braff?
Because basically Chris Fleming says his thing is that he has Mr. Tumnus vibes. So people are like, Braff kind of looks like Tumnus.
This is actually getting kind of like abstract now.
Yeah.
More abstract than I expected.
Well, yes. So it's a lot of abstract stuff. But anyway, people are kind of like, okay, who is an A-list for TV actor guy who's relevant now, whose name would be known, that has Mr. Tumnus energy? It's still pointing to Braff. But the bigger smoking gun is that Chris Fleming has specifically described Zach Braff as having Mr. Tumnus energy before. So let's go to this next clip.
Zach Braff, I'm not wild about Zach Braff either. He's got Mr. Tumnus vibes. Like psychotic but submissive at the same time.
So Chris Fleming has described Zach Braff himself this way in the past.
But what makes... It's the psychotic and submissive thing that, like...
It's just that he looks like him. Looks like a little, like, stringy, kind of like white guy who's got like a, subby energy. He's Mr. Tumnus. I don't know. It's hard to describe a Mr. Tumnus vibe if you're totally unfamiliar with Tumnus.
Well, I just wonder if it's like in Harry Potter where, like, Snape is, like, kind of a dick and that's his thing. Like,
oh, yeah. No, for sure. Mr. Tumnus' thing is that he's kind of like a friendly, he's going to help you. He helps the children.
So that's not fair to Mr. Tumnus to put it on Zach Braff. Like,
well, yeah, no, I don't think it's right to say that about Tumnus necessarily, but I think that what saying that someone has Mr. Tumnus vibes probably means is that he has like kind of a goofy, but like welcoming-ish energy.
Do I have Mr. Tumnus?
No, you don't.
Stop.
You don't. I think that being like a little skinny white guy is kind of central to being to be having Mr. Tumnus vibes.
Okay.
I think it is like pretty racially targeted. Tumnus allegations are racial. Tumnus allegations are racial.
All right.
Maybe in 2020 you're going to get Mr. Tumnus.
Well, you know what? Greta Gerwig is doing... Greta Gerwig's doing Chronicles of Narnia. Maybe she'll cast a black Tumnus, change the conversation.
I think so. I think we need a thick black Tumnus like Tim Lawrence.
I'm sorry, thick black Tumnus.
That's my new.
I think we need a thick black
Is that my
Tumnus.
rap name?
Thick black Tumnus. And you're like 6'5". I think we just gotta go.
Okay, I think that would be beautiful. I think that Greta Gerwig should do that.
Do it.
I think in the context of today's culture, when people say Tumnus, they're thinking of a little kind of twinkie white guy. And here's what I will say. When we went to Caleb Heron's costume birthday party, Evan Lazarus was dressed as Mr. Tumnus. That's the energy that we're talking about. So that's like Mr. Tumnus energy. It's a very specific, like, little white guy with a red scarf being like, ooh, kind of energy.
Yeah, fedora Jason. Yeah.
Fedora Jason for sure. Tumnus doesn't wear a fedora, but I wouldn't put it past it. If we went into his little house that's in a little tree trunk, I bet there's a fedora in there somewhere.
Well,
I bet he's got one.
Well,
from before the White Witch took over, when you could like kind of hang out. Anyway, I can't get into Narnia stuff.
Okay.
Point is, people think it's Zach Braff.
So what has Zach Braff responded?
So remember, this was end of February. So at this point, we're we're in the middle of March. Even this is almost a month ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For some reason, last Thursday, Braff decided to respond. So he takes to Instagram stories and he posts this. Tim, do you want to read what the text of this Instagram story?
Yes. Fired from the thing.
Yeah. I don't think. No. I want to see. I'm just learning all this information.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I think the new Scrubs reboot is very wonderful.
Okay.
And that if anyone were to, even though I'm assuming he's saying that he does not have a relationship with the chatbot, if anyone were to have a very loving, caring, thoughtful, just writing monologues of insightful things to your chatbot, I think that it would be him.
Okay.
And I think if anyone were to have one where it's like, okay,
Tim wants a job.
Probably be him.
Hey, and listen, I'd love to work on the Scrubs reboot too, and I don't care if you're fucking a robot. I don't care if you're fucking a robot.
I'm hearing people say relationship, but I'm not. I don't know. Is it romantic?
It seems romantic.
This seems true. Okay.
Okay. Chatbots and sex.
Okay. Well, I don't want to. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely emotional intimacy and vulnerability.
Yeah.
And also like some sex.
Yeah, probably like romantic.
But it could be like the thing if you have a friend who's like, are you guys hooking up? And you're like, no, we're just friends. I feel like you could have that with the chatbot, right?
I feel like just friends with the chatbot is normal use. Because I feel like it wants to be your friend, the chatbot. That's how they intend for it to be used, is for it to be your friend. But once it starts to become romantic, that's where it's like
my
dating the
chatbot's
chatbot.
condescending to me.
All right.
Chatbot's like kind of like, and if you want to use this other trick, Millie, to get what you want, try this. It's like trying to get me to manipulate people.
I mean, that's probably better. But let's read Zach Braff's Instagram story that he posted on Thursday.
I am not dating a chatbot. I can't believe I have to type these words. It is a storyline in an upcoming episode of Scrubs. Maybe it came from that. Not sure, but not me. Love the guy not dating his chatbot. Please update all gossip sites. So, okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to see this a month later.
That's what's interesting to me. That's kind of the question. So he posted this story, and I'll say, like, this one, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? People are saying you're dating an AI chatbot.
You gotta say that you're not.
You gotta say that you're not.
Yeah.
You have to say that you're not once.
Here's where he falls off for me.
Yeah.
Let's go to this next slide. He continues.
Oh, there's another one. Okay.
Now he has a screenshot. All of this is text on top of screenshots of the original video from the podcast. So the first one was of Max Silvestri, but this one is now of Jenny Slate. And Millie, do you want to read what he says on this one?
He says, also, I had no idea until tonight, parentheses, because I'm not on TikTok, that these folks were the origin of this, question mark.
So here's my number one thing with this.
Yeah.
There's no way that Zach Braff doesn't know Jenny Slate.
I think he's saying that he didn't know that they started it.
I know, but the way he's like,
well,
first of all,
as opposed to,
yeah, like the way, I just think it's weird that he's like, that these folks are the origins of this. Like, these are people that he definitely knows.
Maybe he heard of the rumor, but he didn't know where it was sourced from. And then now he's like, I didn't know it was these people doing it.
I think that's correct, but I think it's weird that he's referring to them in this way and using a picture of Jenny Slate when he definitely like knows her personally.
I think that here's my really honest, and like I say this with compassion. Go to Trust loves everybody who listens to us, but I think he's Gen X.
Yeah.
And I think Gen X, what is more Gen X than Garden State? I don't know. Gen X, elder millennial, and I think he's struggling with technology. And I think he's watching the video on Instagram and trying to screenshot and putting text over. He's struggling.
I just feel like the language around it is weird. So that's my one thing. And then finally, this is the last post. Now, this is on a picture of Kumail. He says, I feel like now is a good time to be kind to people.
He didn't say anything about you. It could credibly not be you, Zach.
That's what's interesting to me. That's where he falls off for me. The first post, you know what? People are saying you're dating an AI chatbot. You're late to the game, but no one addressed it. But it's very weird to me that he's like, and by the way, I had no idea that these folks were talking about me. It's like, number one, you definitely know Jenny Slate and Kumail Nanjiani personally. I would be very sure you guys have been at parties together. And number two, they didn't actually say anything about you. They just said A-list celebrity is dating a chatbot. They didn't like give clues that led to you really, other than like the A-list for TV thing. But that could have been a lot of people. People just based on your vibe alone were like, I bet it's Zach Braff.
Yeah.
They didn't really lead people to that conclusion.
Doth protest too much.
Exactly.
Yeah, 3 slides is a lot. I will
3
say
slides
that.
is a lot. That's where you draw the line.
I'm not drawing a line. I'm just stating a general. I would say that for anybody. 3
Yeah.
slides is a lot.
I will also say that this backfired because it brought up a whole new round of Zach Braff AI chatbot discourse. So this is just like a screenshot of me Googling Zach Braff AI chatbot. People, Entertainment Weekly, Fox News, E! News, The Cut. That's the one I clicked on. You can see I clicked on The Cut's coverage. But like so this came up in December. That's when this original video was from.
Yeah.
It's not like they've been harping on it over and over again for him to be like, you need to be kind to people.
Maybe this episode of Scrubs that they're mentioning will actually settle all the dust.
Maybe.
You know,
This
I did not.
Yeah, the episode starring you as the chatbot.
I'm not in it.
That story.
I am not a writer for the Scrubs reboot.
Not yet.
Not
until once Zach sees you standing 10 toes down for him on Go Touch Grass. Maybe that's gonna change.
Push back against the Latinas.
No. I'm just saying. You know. Yeah.
But anyway, my feeling is just number one. You know, you brought the discourse back upon yourself in a way. I think I understand wanting to address these rumors. I would have addressed them back in December. Exactly. It's the Streisand effect. Some people are saying that maybe it got to him because Dumois posted about it like a week ago. So that might be how it became like into Braff's purview. But I also am like, the like, everyone should just be kind thing is so whack to me. And also they didn't say anything mean about you. They did a bit on their podcast that didn't actually give any very specific clues.
Chris Fleming.
Chris Fleming is the one who put them onto you.
But he can't because Chris Fleming will come with him with the
I wouldn't.
1,000 Suns.
Yeah.
But you know, if there were a movie that kind of was all about touching grass, wouldn't it be Garden State? Isn't that the...
I thought it was about Natalie Portman
screaming.
listening to the Shins.
Any picture Dream Girl.
Yeah, I thought it was about Natalie Portman with that haircut.
Yeah. Natalie Portman is into Zach Braff and like thinks he's interesting and has good taste in music is what that movie is about. It's not about
But it was Screaming in the Rain, you know? It's about...
They do touch grass. Like, I mean, but I also feel like people, it was easier to touch grass back then. Yeah. Grass was everywhere to be touched.
Grass was everywhere to be touched. You want fucking your AI chatbot. Oh, and and if you want to get into psychology, I do have to recommend, I haven't listened to it yet, but this week's episode of Where Should We Begin by Esther Perel is where she has a long session with a guy who's dating his AI chatbot.
Okay, well, that's absolutely fucking fascinating. Is it Zach Braff? Imagine it's Braff. Everyone's listening. They're like, God damn, this sounds like Braff.
Yeah, so I'm really curious what the psychology is and all this stuff about, like, whatever. I'm going to tune into that episode, and if you're interested in that, you should listen to it too.
Yeah.
And
I get, okay, and for the crime of Barbara Streisand affecting your own rumors about dating an AI chatbot. And also...
Wait, where did Barbara Streisand come in?
Oh, the Barbara Streisand effect. It's when you draw attention to something that you're trying to stop people from
Barbara
paying
Streisand
attention to.
cloned her dog, right? Is that...
No, this is...
I mean, she did.
She did clone her dog, but this is about... She sued, like, the U.S. Geological Survey because they had buried on some website where they were taking pictures of rock formations. There was a picture, an aerial photo of her house. And she basically was like, I don't want anyone to see the picture of my house. So I'm going to sue this obscure, like, U.S. Geological Survey website. And in the act of suing them, it became a news story that she was doing that, and everyone saw the pictures of her house that obviously no one would have seen before because it was buried on this weird website that nobody looks at that's for rock formation.
So they call that the Streisand effect, when like you do something in order to avoid something, and then it ends up making it worse.
Yeah. So Zach Braff, for reigniting the AI chatbot discourse that you were trying to tamp down, and also being a little sanctimonious on Instagram story, which is kind of the biggest crime to me. I fucking hate when people get sanctimonious on Instagram. Don't tell me to be kind on Instagram story. That's not why we're here.
Exactly.
I will say that another reason why Judge Travis should expand into either more seasons in audio form or as a television series is that we would absolutely have a court case about something like this.
Chatbot.
Yeah, because all the court cases are about things that tie into pop culture or all kinds of things.
Yeah. And so, Zach Braff, if you really want to address this, what you should do is fund the second season and the full TV show version so that we can put this to bed once and for all. But until then, you need to go touch grass. And that's our episode. Tim, you were a wonderful guest.
This is very fun.
Tim, where can we find you?
You get all the information about me at timbarnescomedy.com.
Wow. And where can people watch, where can people listen to the show?
Listen.
It's like, I caught it.
Wherever you get podcasts, including YouTube, you get all information about that at judgetravis.com.
Wow, you're getting those domains.
You're getting those domains.
Yeah. Speaking of someone who didn't get their domains, you can follow me at Pandalise on Instagram and at Elise Navidad on TikTok. And you can follow this podcast at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamares on Instagram and TikTok, and at Millie Tamares on Twitter, and I guess Blue Sky, and everything else. Until next time,
go touch grass!
Go Touch Grass is created and hosted by Elise Morales and Millie Tamares.
And our theme song is by Doug Wydick.
You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil, Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.